Hi guys, this is Kel once again to this 5th of April 2023 Wednesday. All right, MAO with Kel. Now, changes not seen in 100 years. Who said this statement? All right, I think you remember that was from Xi Jinping during his last visit in Russia. And of course, from my picture here is how you can see that things are really shifting. Now, the thing is this right now, more and more countries are deciding not to use the US dollar or bypass the US dollar or lesser usage of US dollar. And MBS, all right, the Saudi prince says that he's no longer going to please the US anymore, unless something that they can take from them again. So all this is happening right now, and if this is continued, I cannot imagine what will happen because we all know that US can do a lot of interesting stuff. Let's begin. Now, disclaimer apply as usual, and thank you, Ames, for the kind sponsorship. All right, first of all, Donald Trump pleaded not guilty. All right, he has already made his point. He went to the court and he pleaded not guilty, and he's going to fight all to the end. And judging from the live telecast, I can see over here as well, seemingly on CNN, yeah, a lot of people is supporting him. That's very good, right? I did say before, if the US is going to do this, in fact, it's that going to help him to get his chance of getting the next president very soon, because he's going to gear up a lot of people into this. And of course, if the court can't really penalize him with all the evidence, then things will really shift, all right? So something that is shifting, and I think that we should watch this closer. Now, let's recap what happened last night. Well, the Dow Jones down by 198 points. At one stage, it was down by almost 300 points. Well, the main reason is because that we have the broader economic concern on the equity market, primarily because now we have the first time in 2 years the JOLTS is down below 10 million jobs, all right? And of course, OPEC Plus will say that they will cut output by 1.16, but actually the figure is 1.5 to 1.6 million per barrel of oil per day. So all this is actually stressing the market a little bit. Now we can see that the Wells Fargo down by 2.41%, Morgan Stanley down by 2.68%, and of course we have BAC down by 2.13%. And honestly, I'm watching the banks very closely because I don't think we're out of the woods yet. In fact, I think that we're just about to start. And of course, we do know that today we have the ADP number. It's a shorter way. Was this Friday, Good Friday, and we do expect the number of jobs to be 210, down slightly from 242 the last month. But again, and I repeat myself, right? If this time the number goes down, the market will not buy into it because now the market is pretty concerned whether that there will be a recession coming in. And I've been saying this many times. I believe that a recession will be coming in by latest August to September period. I've been saying this for the longest of time, so I think you guys have heard enough. Now, the thing is that remember last night I was showing you guys in the last evening, show you about why I call for a sell in the Dow Jones. And I told you guys the first thing that it will go up first is 33,744. And that was what I mentioned in my technical chart. I said that the Dow will come to somewhere around this point, and if it fails to stay above it, it will likely be coming down. So remember that, that was in this MAO technical side. And incredibly, let's take a look what happened. Oh gosh, the Dow really did it. The Dow really went up to the point I mentioned, which is here, and pulled back all the way nicely to 33,305 level. So for those people who actually follow through, they have profited from there. Well done, guys. Okay, so that is the Dow. And of course, S&P 500, I did say that I was wrong the previous time, 4050 didn't really came down. And then I basically say that, okay, never mind, 4150 will be the next resistance. I believe that last night, the US market will be down. I even specifically say that it will be down tomorrow, which is yesterday. And then, and it really happened. Let's take a look at my video because I remember that I said it and the price missed the 4150 by a little bit, but it pulls back down. Let's watch the video that I said. All right, let's bring it in. Video. Let's go. All right, the market went higher, but to me now, this is a better price. In fact, to me now, right, 4124, this price is a brilliant price to take some profit, right? So I believe that 4124 now will be a good time to take some profit because based on the last time we saw this, every time when the market hit about 4150 level, that's where the price comes off. So I cannot deny this. I suspect that it will dive again back down to 3900, which especially now with the crude oil price trading so much higher. Okay, so that's my personal view. So 5 to 15% drop. Well, I'm not too sure, but I think 5% most likely will likely be happening. All right, so that's it. As I said yesterday, I covered this and I mentioned that the S&P will hit about 4150, and there will be some profit taking, and it really happened. All right, so pretty cool, eh? Okay, so now the BRICS, the nations are all announcing a new currency, and that is not going to help the US dollar. Instead, let's take a look at what this is happening right now, and I find it's pretty scary though. Okay, let's take a look.
But if there were such a currency, as I said, it would primarily be used initially for intra trade among the 5 nations. Before then being potentially expanded out to other nations. The Chinese have, of course, long aspired to develop a digital yuan as an alternative trading currency. They haven't made a tremendous amount of progress, and so I think this partnership is reflective of that. And the Chinese are trying to use the BRICS association as a way to further push the yuan.
Right, so you can see that it is really happening, something that you don't expect to happen, because all the while since the US dollar dominated the entire world reserve, at one stage itself, US dollar was quoting at 75%. At one stage now has dropped all the way to 59%. And this is scary because now it seems that the Chinese yuan is coming up. Now, of course, I don't expect the Chinese yuan to become the next currency or next reserve currency, but that is something that is shifting, and this is going to go worse if, let's say, more and more countries start to come to that. Yeah, so remember that Xi Jinping already said this before in his parting statement with President Putin, says that change is not seen in 100 years, and seemingly they want to make something different. And of course, if this is going to continue, I'm just wondering, is that all right? Remember this? All right, why I bring this in is all because you remember one particular country really was being blamed for something that they didn't do, and of course, unfortunately, the leader of that country got himself in a court, and of course he died later on. So I can say is now that MBS, all right, the Saudi Crown Prince is saying that he's no longer interested in pleasing the US. So let's go into detail. Well, apparently he says this in a recent Wall Street Journal report brought to light that Saudi Arabian Crown Prince recently told his associate that he's no longer interested in pleasing the US. In fact, according to unnamed people familiar with the conversation, he asserted that he wants something in return for anything he gives to Washington. Wow, okay. So do understand this, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, he is not the first time doing that, okay? He actually expressed his extreme stance before. In March 2022, which is just last month, he said that, last month, 1 year ago, he said that he did not care whether the US President Joe Biden misunderstood things about him. In fact, by not caring himself, he really don't bother. And now, recently, they have just cut production. That sent a very strong statement to Biden and his administration that, guys, okay, I help you enough. You better do something back for me. And this is really incredible, yeah? So that's the reason why back then, 1 month ago, I was telling you guys that crude oil will go higher. I'm still sticking to this front. I believe that crude oil will go higher, okay? Now, just a couple of weeks ago, Goldman Sachs was saying that crude oil wouldn't go higher. Then after that, they changed their mind. And before this recent output cut, they also changed back again that said that they wouldn't see any more than $96. I don't know where they get this 96, but I got my 96 a long time ago. So the thing is this right now, you can see that this is no coincidence. Very clear that based on my indicator, they have been buying crude oil since it was at $68 to $70, according to my big boy strategy. And you can see from there itself, the crude oil went all the way to $75. And very interesting back then is we also know that Warren Buffett bought a lot of OXY, which is very related to the crude oil prices. And when the price of this crude oil jump up, right, you can see OXY price also soar. So I'm not too sure that what will happen next, but you must understand this is not a war thingy, or it's like a, you know, some attacks on some refinery. This gap up is because they are cutting. Now, once you cut supply, demand will retain, right? Demand is still there. So naturally, prices will just go higher. So I'm pretty confident that maybe a bit of just ding dong a little bit, the next wave itself is really $96. Now, of course, the first resistance will be 84. I expect the crude oil hit 84 first. Then after that, a bit of pullback, but eventually by end of the year itself, I'm very confident we'll see $96. And that is not because there is a recovery in the global economy, it's because of the US dollar, which I suspect that it will drop further later this year. All right, so that is my view on crude oil. So of course, if you look at it right now, the US dollar have been coming down at a very alarming speed. All right, now the US dollar was up from 100 all the way to 100 and almost 106 recently because of the US interest rate going up, right? But ever since, right, things have to change. All right, with now people are betting that Jerome Powell will need to cut interest rate by the end of the year. Now people are actually dumping the US dollar. And at the same time, right, with more and more countries now are actually trying to move away from the US dollar, the demand is no longer there. So I just thinking out loud, right, based on my 20 years of in the market, when the US dollar start to not in the favor, something may actually happen soon. Something crazy can happen. And if we go crazy enough, right, who knows, the waffle and raspberry thingy may just surface as usual. Who knows, all right? Hope you understand my acronym, all right? So the thing is this, that's the reason why we've been buying gold. I've been telling my students to buy gold. We've been calling buy since 2007, 2008, 2009, because we believe that gold will go to 2022 recently. And the next level we're looking at is a 2049. And of course, the next level, we can go to the 2074. That is a historical high. So now 2022 have been traded. The next target will be 2049. And then, of course, eventually 2074, but our ultimate target is still 2218. And I believe that by the end of this year, gold should be able to reach 2218. All right, so with that, right, you can see that I've been showing you how I get my numbers and how to calculate and use my KCX indicator. And you can see very clearly, ever since when gold was at 1820, my color changed from red to yellow. And then the boys were all buying. And with a Pacific price 1825, once the market comes to 1825, you should start accumulating gold. And you can see that ever since then, gold has been moving up all the way. And today, I think the high is already 2027. So guys, this is what you need as for trading to let us know very soon. We have a very incredible promotion coming up. So watch out for that, all right? Okay. So with that is all right. The next thing that I've been showing you guys, buy some VIX, because usually VIX will be a very good tool to hedge against market uncertainty. And I've been saying this, guys, if there's any way that US dollar wants to retain their core position and make sure it's strong and firm, then usually something global event will happen. So that's why I say that maybe it's a good time to buy some VIX, okay? Buy VIX, okay? Of course, disclaimer apply as usual. Do your risk assessment, but I still think that VIX is going to go up, and I believe the first stop will be 26, and eventually it can still go to 34. All right, so guys, this is my view on VIX. Okay, so with that, I come to the end of this video. I'll see you on the technical side. It's Cal signing off. Bye-bye.